You know, sometimes nature creates something so peaceful and charming that logic doesn't even matter. A small, soft, round, and endlessly calm, like they were designed just to make people smile. Meet the red panda, a fluffy creature with round eyes, soft fur, and a gentle way of moving that makes everything feel a little calmer. It spends its days climbing trees, napping in the shade, and slowly munching on bamboo, completely unaware that the world finds it adorable. But have you ever wondered why it's called a panda at all? It doesn't look like the giant panda. In fact, it doesn't act like one, and it isn't even closely related. So why share the same name? To answer that, we have to go back almost 200 years, deep into the forests of the Himalayas. Local people in Nepal had known this animal long before scientists did. They called it ponya, a word that roughly means bamboo eater or bamboo-footed. When Western naturalists first saw it, they borrowed that name and wrote it down as panda. At that time, the giant panda hadn't even been discovered yet. That's right, the red panda was actually the first panda. So, in a way, the famous panda we all recognize today is the one that borrowed this little creature's name. It's funny when you think about it. The creature we now call the lesser panda was actually the original one. When giant pandas were later discovered in China, scientists noticed they also ate bamboo. But while their names are the same, their family trees couldn't be more different. The giant panda is part of the bear family, related to animals like grizzlies and polar bears. The red panda, on the other hand, stands completely alone. The only surviving member of its family, Ailuridae. It doesn't have any close relatives left on Earth. And yet, despite being so different, both species share a curious feature. A thumb that isn't really a thumb. It's a stretched out wrist bone that helps them hold bamboo, almost like little chopsticks. They both evolved this trick completely independently. That's what scientists call convergent evolution, when different species face a similar problem, and by coincidence, come up with the same solution. It's nature's way of showing that even without a plan, the same idea can appear twice. Red pandas live high in the cool forests of Nepal, Bhutan, and northern Myanmar. Their world is quiet, misty mornings, mossy branches, and the soft rustle of bamboo leaves in the wind. They move slowly, rarely make noise, and spend nearly 2/3 of the day sleeping. Everything about them seems designed to bring calm. Their diet is simple, mostly bamboo, a few fruits, some berries, and the occasional egg or insect. They don't roar or growl. Instead, they squeak softly, almost like a whisper. When threatened, they stand on their hind legs, not to fight, but to look bigger, often resulting in what's arguably the cutest display of intimidation in the animal kingdom. Watching one for even a minute can make your mind slow down, and maybe that's part of the secret. The red panda doesn't need power or size to be special. It just exists, peacefully, content in its own rhythm. While the giant panda became a global celebrity, the red panda stayed in the treetops, quietly being itself. So, if we're honest, the red panda isn't the copy. It's the original. It carried the name first. It showed the world what it meant to live simply, to enjoy bamboo, to rest when tired, and to find joy in small moments. Maybe that's why people love watching them so much. Somewhere deep down, we see a reflection of how we wish life could feel. Slow, calm, and full of gentle wonder. It's easy to forget that they're endangered now, fewer than 10,000 left in the wild. Their forests are disappearing, and climate change is shrinking their home. But that hasn't stopped people from trying to protect them. Conservation groups across Asia are working to restore forests and help local communities keep these gentle animals safe. So, why is the red panda called a panda, even though it's so different? Because once upon a time, in the stillness of Himalayan forests, someone saw it peacefully eating bamboo, and thought that was worth naming. And honestly, they weren't wrong.